Hello. I haven't filmed a video in quite some time. Yeah. If you don't know me, my name is Zoe. You probably don't know me because I literally don't post YouTube videos, but here I am today posting a video about my breast reduction. I have my cold brew right here and we're gonna be drinking this today because it's 9:30 in the morning and I've been going to bed at like 2 a.m. recently, so. I also really hope the sound of the ice doesn't happen the whole video. So as you can see by the title of this video, I'm going to be talking about a breast reduction and my personal experience having a breast reduction and going through surgery and everything. This is kind of weird. I'm definitely like okay talking about it and everything. It's not something that like I want to hide, but if there are people in my personal life watching this video, they're probably like, what'd you get? What'd you get? Because it's not something that I go around telling people. So if anyone that I know is watching this video and they didn't know that I had a breast reduction, I did. Yeah. I have like a bunch of notes that I want to do for this video and talk about. I don't want this video to be like an hour long because that's just not necessary. So we're gonna try to get this down in a really quick video that is informative and also has pictures and everything. I have it broken down into different like sections of the video. So like why I got the reduction, process of planning the surgery, pre-op appointment, actual appointment, recovery, and then the 3-month update. So I'll have time cards down below if you want to click those and like see if you're interested in specific parts of the video. Like I said, I will be adding pictures throughout the video of like before me, after me, whatever, things like that. I recommend watching the whole video, but if you don't want to, I completely understand. If anyone's even gonna watch this video, don't know. But I just wanted to make this because everyone has a different experience with surgery and with specifically plastic surgery. This intro is getting very long. If this video was picked up very well by people, I would love to do like a whole Q&A video just with people that have either commented on this video, asking specific questions, because I know surgery in general and specifically plastic surgery, there's so many different questions about it. I would love to do like a whole video just answering so many questions. No such thing as a stupid question, which I say literally every day. I would love to, if people do have questions, leave them down below. I do want to say a huge thank you, a huge thank you to my parents before I actually get into the video. My mom's probably watching this video. I would not have been able to go through with this without my parents. I am lucky to say that I didn't have to pay any money out of my pocket for this. I'm starting to get like a little emotional now. Like I would not have been able to get through this without my parents and also my mom through recovery. Recovery ain't no joke, let me tell you. And she was really there for me throughout the whole thing. Beginning of the story. We're starting at the beginning. Why I got the reduction. Before I got my period, I would literally wish and pray to God that I had boobs. Like I literally wanted to have boobs and I wished for them and I got them, I guess. So once I hit puberty or got my period, my boobs started to grow, but it was never like anything like super like out of the ordinary. I think they were just going with growing. But then when it came to around my junior year of high school, that's when my boobs started to get a lot bigger. I remember one time my mom made me go bra shopping. She literally had to drag me to go bra shopping anytime because I hated it, because every time I would go, my size would go up. When I was trying on a bra, the worker there actually told me she sized me and she said, we actually don't carry your size in stores, you'd have to order online. And I remember that literally broke me down. I started crying in the dressing room and I kept telling my mom, I'm like, I hate my boobs, I hate how big they are, I hate this. And I was like breaking down to her in the dressing room, and that was the first time my mom ever said, okay, well you can look into getting a reduction. I didn't even know what a reduction was before then, so she mentioned that. It calmed me down in the moment. I'm like, oh yeah, I can get a breast reduction. Literally had no idea what it was. Granted, keep in mind I am now a senior in college, so this was 4.5, 5 years ago probably. I never really followed up with the topic of her saying it. I was always something in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, I'll get a breast reduction, but then like I never did anything to actually do it. The summer before junior year in college, they were probably way bigger than they were when I had that little fiasco in the dressing room. And it was one day, summer, going into junior year of college, me and a couple co-workers went downtown to go eat some lunch in between like our break time, and we ended up having like a mini impromptu photo shoot outside. And I'll insert the picture of literally the picture that made me text my mom again talking about getting a breast reduction. It was a picture of me and one of my friends at the time. Once we took that picture and I went back home and looked at them, I realized, I'm like, oh my gosh, my boobs are taking over the whole frame. And that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, I don't like living like this. I was getting so self-conscious about my own boobs, and like I didn't want to take pictures of people. I would never want pictures down here below. I'd always only want like portrait style pictures. So I sent this picture to my mom. It was also just to the point where I wasn't comfortable in my own skin. I would wear a lot of baggier clothes. No, I'm still wearing baggy clothing right now. So I sent that picture to my mom and she's like, well, do your research about it. And that's when I actually did start doing my research about it and everything like that. Okay, so going into the process of planning the reduction, I think most people go through this process the same way. I think everyone does have different steps for it. The first thing I did is I went to my family doctor in Florida. This happened, I want to say like around Thanksgiving of 2018, so over a year ago. Went to her, was telling her my back was hurting, my shoulders were hurting, I was slouching down, my posture was going bad, and she referred me for a breast reduction. So that was the first step of everything. I also asked her to refer me to an actual surgeon. Next step was to have a consultation with them. In December of 2018, I ended up going in for a consultation, which pretty much during the consultation, it was just me showing her my boobs. She took pictures of them and then she ended up sending them to the insurance company. Side note, I was probably about a 40G or 40H. And insurance approved to cover the surgery to as much as they could. Let me get that straight. The amount of insurance stuff I've learned throughout this whole process, I never want to have surgery again. Even though they called me like beginning of January, I still honestly couldn't actually have my surgery until August because I was going to LA for the summer to do an internship in a program with my school. So literally the only time that I had was exactly 3 weeks. I got back from LA on a Saturday, had my pre-op appointment on a Monday, and then I had my actual surgery date on a Wednesday. So going into the actual appointment, the people that I did tell that I was having the surgery, they'd ask me like, oh, are you nervous? Are you nervous? And like, I would always be like, no, I'm not nervous. I just want to get it over with. I just want to have small boobs already. Like even the morning of it, I was kind of like, this doesn't feel real. I'm having surgery today. Cool. Like I still didn't have any sort of like reaction or anything like that. The minute I got in that hospital gown, the minute they put that IV in me, I wanted to get the F out of there. I'll add some like pictures of me, and I have like a mini video of me when I had like the IV in.
Now it is.
Is it recording?
Yeah.
I want to document this. Oh my gosh, I really got you to take a video on my phone of me.
Oh, shut up, Zoe.
I'm in the operating area and I have the shakes for being high. But I'm actually not as nervous as I was before. What are you doing?
I was showing your vital signs.
I'm not as nervous as I was before.
And you don't even have the anesthesia.
Before
yet.
I was getting really paranoid, but not anymore. I'm fine now. I'm looking at the camera now.
Yeah, now you're looking at the camera.
And I'm getting the shakes. I wonder when this is gonna have the time. Are you still recording?
I was just showing you so you could see what you look from top to bottom.
The concept of whoa, my arm. Something's happening to my arm.
What's happened to your arm, Zoe?
It's getting squeezed.
Yeah, it's it's taking your blood pressure automatically. You have the blood pressure cuff on.
Oh. Wow.
And so it's taking your blood pressure.
I don't want you to leave, Mother.
I'm not gonna
I
leave.
like having someone to talk to.
I'm not leaving, babe.
Oh my god, I don't know if I should talk about this on camera or not. I did have a mental breakdown. I'd recommend, if you are planning to get any sort of surgery whatsoever, be able to take some pills. They made me take like 6 different pills. I couldn't take the freaking pills. Like, I should have practiced, and me and my mom both should have like known that, like, oh, you're gonna have to take pills. For some odd reason, I did it. I don't know how, but once I got one pill down, the rest of the 5 went down with them. When it came to recovery, my surgery ended up lasting about, I think my mom said it was about 5.5 hours, because we started around 8:30. I was definitely feeling nauseous in the car, but that's just a side effect of being off of anesthesia. I ended up throwing up once we got home, and keep in mind, my drive from the hospital was about 15 minutes. So like, I was nauseous like the whole way, but I didn't actually throw up until I got like in my driveway. So going more into the actual recovery process of everything, I want to say thank you to one of my best friends, Yamina, for sending me an edible arrangement. Like, that was the cutest thing. I was like, who sent this to me? And then I read the note and I'm like, Yamina. But yeah, so I was pretty much like bedridden for probably, I would say, like the first 3 days. The only time I would get up was to go to the bathroom. The meds that I had to take at home were nausea medication and then pain meds. Probably one of the most difficult parts about the recovery process, and just the whole process in general, was the sleeping. Throughout this process, you can't sleep on your stomach, and you also like can't sleep on your sides. Let's talk about those blood drains. I hated those freaking blood drains. I'll try to like insert photos of what they are if I have photos of them on me. I had 2 incisions of blood drains that were coming out of me, one on this side, one on this side, and one of them, and pretty much the way it works is you have to literally drain out the blood until it gets to a certain number within 24 hours, and then the surgeon will end up taking out those blood drains. Those were very, very difficult for me to sleep in. At first, I wouldn't look at my blood drains because I didn't want to see like literally like a tube coming out of me. Like, that was something that I was not interested in seeing. One of them I ended up having in only until my first post-op appointment, which was I think like 4 days later. And then the other one I had in for about 2 weeks. And I had post-op appointments probably about every 3 days. So talking a little bit about the first post-op appointment, I was super excited for, but then also nervous, because excited that like I could possibly get the blood drains out, which I only got one of them out, but also nervous because I was going to see myself for the first time without having these huge melons on me. And as much as that's so exciting, that's like so nerve-wracking, because I don't think I realized how much of this recovery process is mental. I was so used to seeing myself with like boobs that like literally came out to here, and then all of a sudden they were gone, and like I'm used to it now. I'm looking down as I don't know. Also, I didn't want to see my body all cut up. I remember when she unwrapped it all, I was so stiff, like not even stiff as in like I like couldn't move, like physically, like I just stiffened up my body. There was the assistant to the surgeon and then like the actual surgeon, and they're like, oh my gosh, they look so good, and I just like literally could not look at them because I was scared to look at my own body. I really want to know if anyone else experienced that, because that was like a big thing for me. Like, I just was so scared to look at myself in the mirror. And as much as I'm so happy I got this surgery, that first looking at myself, I wanted to cry. It is so hard, like I just said, seeing your body all cut up and stitched up. The surgery that I had, since my boobs were so big, she literally had to move up my nipple, reposition it on my body, because it was just, my boobs were so big from before. I had like stitches all over my nipple and then like down my nipple. So pretty much I think I had the anchor surgery. So it was like this and then this. I'll try to like show like a little diagram of the kind of surgery that I had so you can see where my incisions are. And I remember my mom kept saying like, are you happy? Are you happy? And I was happy, but like I guess I didn't look physically happy because I was just like so in shock from it all. And it was seriously such a mental thing. After I had my first post-op appointment, I could finally shower, and that was also something I was really scared about. I didn't have a lot of mobility in my upper body and I just wasn't able to shower. So my mom, for the first 2 showers that I had, my mom had to help me shower. The first shower I had on my own, I finally got the courage to really look in the mirror and really look at my body. And that's when I like really appreciated, like, holy shit, like I went through this, I had surgery, like I did this, I shouldn't be scared to look at myself in the mirror. I had a specific bra that I had to wear for those first 3 weeks. The bra that I was wearing in all of the photos, this isn't blood. Like if you see like something red on it, it's literally a butterfly. I wore this bra for about 6 weeks. We ended up buying a few of these bras, but I wore those for about 6 weeks. And after 6 weeks, I could wear regular just sports bras, but I still couldn't wear anything until I like lined bras for about 3 months. One of the things that I did experience about 3 weeks after I had the surgery was the Moner's cord. I'm gonna try to like leave a little like definition of what it was, but I started to get this cord and I experienced that for about a week on my right boob, and then probably about a week later or 2 weeks later I experienced it on my left boob. Pretty much the Moner's cord, it made it really hard to like stretch or like do anything like that. My camera is dying. We're gonna try and finish this video really quickly, but I started working out and I started running, which is something that I could never do before. I've been doing a lot more cardio, jumping jacks, which is like really exciting because I couldn't do those things before. I've also just gained a lot of confidence in my body, in my clothing. Usually I don't wear big stuff like this anymore, but it's cold outside and I wanted to do it for this video. But I'll try to insert some photos of me in more confident clothing. I do want to mention that I still don't have the complete feeling back in all of my boobs. I talked to my surgeon about that, and if I don't get the feeling back, I'm completely fine with it. Like I still think the surgery was a success, but she also told me it's very much a mental thing, that I have to massage my body and tell my body that this is my boob, this is my nipple, yada yada yada. Like I said, I do want to film a whole video answering questions, or even do like a whole segment of like talking specifically about the post-op experience, or talking specifically about body confidence when it comes to breast reduction, or just doing specific videos about this because this is such an interesting topic. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them in the comment section of this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And this was a long freaking video. This is gonna take me 20 years to edit. All right, I'll talk to you guys hopefully in another video. Bye guys.